So this might be educational.
Oh, no, not that.
Yeah. One day, probably 20 years ago, I had a stroke. And at the hospital, the doctors would talk to me in compound sentences, which I couldn't understand because it turns out that my stroke was on the left side of my brain, which was the talking and understanding and speech side, and also the judging, worrying, controlling, monkey mind side. But you know, I could still have an interior conversation with myself and think about things. So I've learned not to assume that anybody who can't speak to me or understand what I'm saying isn't all there. So that was a really good thing that happened. I also found that my right brain was suddenly throwing parties because apparently I'd never used it before. It was still shiny in the box. And I would look out of the hospital window and think, how many greens are there? And at night, when I was trying to fall asleep, I would find that I was not worrying about anything. My left brain was in charge of worrying, and it was at the beach in Maui with a little umbrella drink. And my right brain tried hard to find something to worry about, and it would say, "Okay, here," and I'd grab to whatever, and it would just dissolve. And so I'd say, "Try again." So it would go, "Okay, okay." And finally it went, "What is worry?" is what my right brain said. So anyway, so that was, and I guess what I learned about that is that worrying was, to me, a habit. I think it's just a habit. And so I want to tell you, my right brain doesn't throw parties anymore, but it can do a pretty good, open house from time to time. And it can do casual Fridays, but no parties.
It's always casual Friday at our house.
Yeah, that's true. So I lost the lyrics to about 300 or 400 songs because it was stored over here. But every now and then, if I'd learned the song far enough long ago, I think it was somewhere else in my body. And so this next one is one that I could probably do without the words, but now the range is out of me. So Iris is going to take this away.